Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In this video, let us demystify regular expressions in JavaScript. Now, what is a regular expression? A regular expression is a sequence of characters that basically form a search pattern. Now, the search pattern can be used for text search and text replace operations. A regular expression can be a single character or a more complex pattern. A regular expression can be used to perform all type of text search and text replace operations. Now, from what you can understand from this definition is that they are a way to describe pattern in a string data. Now, they form a language of its own, which is a part of many programming languages like JavaScript, Python, PHP, Java. The regular expressions will allow you to check for a sequence of characters like an email address or a password for patterns to see if they match the pattern defined by that regular expression and produce actionable information. So suppose you have a string, you want to check whether that string matches or confirms to a certain regular expression or not. So for a family of strings also, you can define a regular expression that can basically generate the entire family of strings using just that regular expression. Now, the syntax for creating the regular expression is very easy to understand this. Let us see this. Now, we basically have two ways to create a regular expression in JavaScript. It can be either created with this syntax, which is using forward slashes. In between the forward slashes, you define the pattern, and after the second forward slash, you define modifiers. So we will discuss what is a pattern, what is a modifier in this video. Next syntax, we have the regular expression constructor. Herein you use the regular expression regexp constructor to basically define a regular expression. And here in the syntax one, as you can see, here the flags are optional. So flags, you can the modifiers are also known as flags. Okay, so you will hear in most of the textbooks as well pertaining to JavaScript or in any other tutorials, flags and modifiers are one and the same thing. So I'll explain this in the later video. So there might also be cases where you want to create the regular expressions dynamically. Now in that case, regex literals, so this is a regular expression literal, so this won't work. So you will have to create a regular expression constructor to basically initialize regular expressions dynamically. Now, no matter which method you choose, the result is going to be a regular expression object. Now, both the regular expression objects will have same methods and properties attached to them. Now, since forward slashes are used to enclose patterns, as you can see here, you can define a regular expression to be a part. So if you want it to use it as a part of regular expression, you can use a backslash. So you basically escape the forward slash with a backslash to basically enclose the pattern in this. So I will show that in the coming video. So regular expression methods. But before discussing regular expression methods, let us discuss about some examples. So as you can see, we have defined a pattern. So we have two forward slashes. In between, we have defined the pattern. So we are looking for any string that contains the word nerdy. Okay, so this is the pattern, and you can see since modifiers are optionals, I haven't specified any modifier here. Now the regular expression for this is this. So you use two forward slashes. In between this, you specify the pattern, and then you have the I, which is for your case insensitive search. So nerdy is a pattern to be used in a search. I is a modifier to make case insensitive search. Now let us discuss about regular expression methods. Now we have two methods for testing regular expressions. One is regexp.prototype.test. Now this method is used to test whether a match has been found or not. Okay, so it is used to test whether a match exists or not. It accepts the string which you have to test against a regular expression, and it returns true or false depending upon if the match is found or not. So let us try the test method now to understand this. So I'll go back to my Visual Studio Code editor, and here I will define a regular expression. So I will say const regex, and I will say nerdy. Okay, what? So that was my snippet, const regex, and we say, so we use the 2 forward slashes, and between this we define the pattern. So this is our regular expression, nerdy, and we say const result, and say we have a string as well. So let us define channel name, the nerdy div. So I want to check against the string. So what I will do is regex.test. So I am testing the regular expression against the string channel name. That means I'm looking whether this regular expression, whether the string does satisfy the regular expression or not. So I will log the result to the console. So this should return a boolean true or false, indicating whether the regular expression, whether this pattern nerdy exists within the string channel name or not. So what I will do is I will go to the folder regex, and I will say node regex.js. So it says true. That means the nerdy word or the nerdy pattern does exist within the regular expression or within the string. Okay, so that is why it returns true. Next up we have regular expression.prototype.exec. So this exec method exists on the prototype of regular expressions. If you do not know about the prototypes in JavaScript, the link for that video is down below this video. Do check out that video to understand more on prototypes before coming to this video. Now the exec method basically will return us an array comprising of all the matches or all the match groups. So it accepts a string that you have to test against a regular expression. So let us see how we can do this. So I will say const and I will say exec result, and for the first one I will say test result, say, and I will say regex.exec, and in the exec method I will pass the channel name. Now what I will do is I will log the result to the console. So I will say exec result to the console, and let us try running this by saying node regex.js. So what is the problem here? Okay, so test result. Let us run this. So you can see we are getting an array. Now this array comprises of all the match groups that you can see. So we have an array, as you can see, with we are having square braces within which we have some matchings. So it basically took a string which was channel name, then we executed the exec method on it, and it took the string channel name which was the nerdy div, and then it tested against a regular expression which we defined in the pattern. We had the pattern this and this, the 2 forward slashes made it a regex, and then we got an array comprising of all the matchings. So what we got here was nerdy. The index was what? So as you can see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the nerdy word exists in the channel name, or the pattern exists within the channel name starting from index 4. So that is why we got index property set to 4. Then we have the input. Now the input was the nerdy div, which was given to our regular expression. So the input was the nerdy div, and we were checking whether the pattern that was defined with the regex does satisfy this this channel name variable. So we were testing whether this pattern exists within the variable channel name or not. So it did exist, and that is why we got true here when we tested against the regular expression. Now the groups is set to undefined. So this is all about the exec method that I wanted to discuss. So we will discuss more about test method down the road. So let us discuss about some simple regular expression patterns. Now it is the most basic pattern that simply matches some literal text with a test string. So as you can see, this was a very simple regular expression pattern that we discussed here, and we tested for this against our channel name variable. Okay, and the nerdy pattern, the nerdy regular expression, does exist within this variable, within the channel name string. Now let us move forward to our slides, and then let us discuss about flags and modifiers. So in flags and modifiers, the regular expressions basically give us the 5 optional flags or modifiers, but we will be discussing about the 2 very most important ones that are used in most of your regular expressions that you write for your production based applications. So one is using the global search, the G flag, which do not return after the very first match, and second is the case insensitive search, which we denote using /i. So basically what we do is we use the 2 forward slashes in between which we enclose our pattern, and then we define the flag or modifier. So we can use G or I. So you can also combine the modifiers in a regular expression. Now note that their order does not have any effect on the result. So let us look at some code samples. So the syntax was the very first one. We had slash, then we have pattern, then a forward slash again, and then the flags or modifiers. So let me go back to my code editor and let us see an example for this as well. So regular expression literals. Okay, so let us define a simple regular expression. So I will say regex literal, and I will say slash doc, say, and then I will say G. So I will use the G modifier just after my last forward slash. So I will log to the console regex literal dot test, and I will pass dog is a faithful animal. Okay, now let us try running this. So we are testing whether the string dog is a faithful animal does contain the pattern dog. Okay, and we are making a global search. So let us run this, and you can see we are getting true. So what happened here was that it basically matched all the occurrences of dog within the string that we have defined here. Okay, dog is a faithful animal, so we have only one occurrence of dog within this string, so it won't return after the first match. Okay, it will match all the occurrences of ABC. Since we had only one occurrence of dog, so therefore it returned immediately. If we had more occurrences of dog within this string, then in that case it won't return after the first match. It will look for all the matches. It will basically match all occurrences of the word dog within the string. So I hope this is very much clear to you guys. Now next is case insensitive search. So suppose what I do here is I convert this. So let me copy this. Okay, so this is for global search. Now let me copy this, and I will show you a case insensitive search. So again, let us use the same regular expression literal. Against the regular expression literal, I will use the test method, and I will convert the dog. So we had dog here in lowercase. Okay, now we have capitalized the very first initial character of the word dog as uppercase. So this is dog is a faithful animal. The D is now in uppercase. Now let us try running this. But what we will do here is Okay, so I think we will have to define the literal again, because I want to specify that we are performing a case insensitive search. So dog within the forward slashes and then I for case insensitive search. Now regex literal insensitive and then try running this. And you can see this gives us true because we are using the insensitive search. If it had been global, then we will get false. You can see here. So in the global you match exactly. The dog should be very much similar to this only. Okay, the dog should be completely in lowercase and here also. But this is not the case with global, so that is why we got false. But if I use the case insensitive search, then in that case this is lowercase and the very first character is lowercase, and here we have the very first character as uppercase. So that is why it returned true, because we are performing a case insensitive search. So the casing of your word does not matter in case of the case insensitive search. So that is why we are getting true. So this is all about global search and case insensitive search, a very important thing that you need to understand. Now next up is the character groups. So let me go back to my slides. So character groups are basically of 5 types I want to cover. So we have something called as character set. Let me go in a little brief so that you can understand what is a character set. So it is basically a way to match different characters in a single position. It matches any single character in the string. So you're trying to match any single character in the string from characters that are present inside the brackets. So let us see an example for this. So I'm back in my Visual Studio Code and we will define a regular expression saying const regex character set. Okay, let me try some good name for this. Const character set based regex and then I will define like this. Let us do this and then I will say n or say e and then I will say nerdy. Okay, and then what I will do is I will test for console.log character set base regex dot test and I will pass the string nerdy. Next up what I will do is I'll copy this and I will pass the string birdie. Next up I will pass a string called say dirty. Now let us try running this. So as you can see, in all the strings we are getting true. So what is the case here? Okay, the case here is that anything from n or e should be present within your character set base regex. So as you can see here, we have the n present in the RDY, or we should have e present within the RDY. So that is why it returned true. Either n or e must exist within the string that you are testing against. So we are trying to match different characters in a single position. So we take any single character in the string from characters present inside the brackets. So you take any character and you try to match it against the character set. So I hope this is clear. Now all the special characters except for caret, which has an entirely different meaning inside the character set, we will see that a little bit later. So lose their special meaning inside the character set. Okay, all the characters which are special indeed, and they lose their special meaning inside the character set, but which is not the case with the caret symbol. Next up we have the negated character set. So what I will do here is I will copy this, negated character, negated character base regex, and I will just apply the caret symbol here. So let me look for the symbol. So here it is, and let us try running this from the terminal. So I will say node regex.js, and we are getting false, false, false for every of the string. Okay, so what happens here is that we are not interested in having n in our string or e in our string. So we are making a negated character set matching. So it is trying to match anything that is not enclosed in the brackets. Okay, so ne is basically enclosed in the brackets, as you can see. So we will match only those things that are outside the brackets. So our divide does match, but it is not trying to match n and e. We have n and e here, so we got false. We are having e here, so we got false. We have e here, we got false. Okay, so it is not trying to match that. It is only trying to match r dy. So if this n or e exists within the string, you will definitely get false. But if suppose I remove e here, then I think we should get true here. And you can see we are getting a true, as I told you. Okay. Now let us discuss about ranges. So for ranges, suppose you want to match all the letter of an alphabet in a single position. We could write all the letter inside the bracket, but there is a very easy way, and that is ranges. For example, if you want to match all the letters from A to Z, so match all the letters from A to Z. So you will use the character set again and then A hyphen Z. Okay, so if you want to match all the letters from A to Z, you will use this. Now if you want to match all the digits from 0 to 9, so in that case what you will do is you will simply say 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9, you are trying to match all the digits from 0 to 9. Or if you want to match capital letters, then you will use capital A hyphen capital Z. Okay, so let us see an example for this as well. What I will do is const letter match regex, and I will say A hyphen Z, ear, and this. So I'll log to the console letter match regex dot test, and I will pass a channel name here. Not the channel name, let us pass a string, say fear. So this should return true because the very first character is thus present within the range A hyphen Z. Now next up we can do, like if I put at the rate, here we are focused only on the very first character of the string. So you can see we are getting false because this special character does not exist within the range A hyphen Z. Now let us discuss about something called as meta characters. Now meta characters are the characters with a special meaning. Now they basically have the information or the character, they have a special meaning about the characters. Okay, now there are many characters, many meta characters, but I'm going to cover the most important ones here. Now if you want to match any digit character, you will use the \t for matching any digit character. If you want to match any word character, you will use \w. So matching any digit character, you will use \d. Let me copy this. Matching any number, not any number, any word character, we will use \w. Now word character can be any letter or can be a word, an underscore. Okay, that you saw in the character set when we defined like this letter match or regex. Okay, so this same as this. So you're matching any word character. So matching any space character, let us see for that as well. So matching any space character, you will use \s. Now if you want to match a tab character, I'm just making a point here, so you can note it down and use them within the regular expressions. Very much simple to implement them if you know what they do. Now if you want to find a match at the beginning or ending of the word, you use \b. Then you have period when you want to match any character except for new line. If you want to match any non-digit character, so same as 0 to 9, so you can specify like this. You can use the caret symbol, and you're not interested in digit characters, so this says that you're not interested in digit characters. Okay, so this matches any non-digit character. Now if you want to match any non-word character, so you will use this \w, matches any non-word character. But for matching any word character, you use \w. So this is the difference. Now if you want to match a non-white space character, you will use \S for matching any non-white space character. Now let us discuss about the last one, which is quantifiers, and they are symbols that have a special meaning in a regular expression. So I will cover about quantifiers in a demo that I will be releasing after this video, so do check out that as well.